Ang basketball, isang larong sikat na sikat dito sa atin sa Pinas. Yung akala mong iingatan ka kasi pinaprotektahan ka ng mabuti, ngunit kapag nahirapan na sa nakaharang, ipapasa ka lang pala. Charot. Kidding aside, basketball has been one of the most popular sports around the world. This involves a basketball ball, a court, and teams of people playing to win. For today's discussion, we were given the topic of the basic rules of the basketball game. I am Sean Michael Cuare, together with my partner on this topic, Ira May CANTA. We will discuss the following topics including the basketball gameplay, how to win the sport, the point system or scoring, number of players, and the player substitution. Dr. James Naismith invented the game of basketball in Springfield, Massachusetts in 1891. The objective of today's game stems directly from Naismith's original rules that are based around shooting a ball through a metal hoop suspended above the ground, and this is called a basket. And now, we will be presenting to you the gameplay and an overview of the rules of this game. Number 1. The basics. Only 5 players per team on the court. In the NBA, WNBA, and NCAA basketball, each team can play a maximum number of 5 players on the court. If a team breaks this main rule, they will lose possession of the ball. Sometimes this inadvertently happens, particularly at low levels of the game, when substitute players check into the game and others don't leave the court in time. Next, score more than your opponent to win. To win the game, a team must score field goals more than the other team. A field goal refers to any basket a player scores during the gameplay. Field goals can be worth 2 or 3 points. Field goal shots from inside the arc that designates the 3-point line on the court are worth 2 points. Field goal shots from outside the arc are worth 3 points. Field goals can take a form of jump shots, layups, slam dunks, and tip-ins. Number 2. Score within the shot clock. Teams have a limited amount of time to shoot the ball during the given possession. In the NBA and WNBA, teams are allowed 24 seconds of possession before they must shoot, while NCAA teams are allowed 30 seconds. A shot clock mounted above the hoop on each side of the court displays and counts down the time allotted. If the shot clock elapses, the opposing team forfeits the ball and become the defensive team. Number 3. Dribbling. Dribbling advances the ball. Basketball players may only advance the ball by passing or dribbling or bouncing the ball on the floor as they move up and down the court. If a player stops dribbling, they may not resume. Instead, they must pass the ball or shoot it. If an offensive player with possession of the ball stops, then continues dribbling before passing or shooting, the referee will call a double dribble, and the opposing team gets the ball. Additionally, players may only advance the ball by dribbling it. If they run while holding the ball, they are traveling. Referees will issue a traveling call, and possession of the ball will go to the opposing team. Next, the offense must advance the ball. Once an offensive team advances the ball past the half-court line, the ball handler may not cross the line again, or a referee will award possession of the ball to the opposing team. Number 4. Inbounding. The offense has 5 seconds to inbound the ball. After the offense scores a basket, the opposing team receives possession of the ball. One of their players has to inbound the ball from designated spot on the sidelines of the court to resume gameplay. The player has 5 seconds to pass the ball to another player on his team, or else the team loses possession. The defender cannot contact the ball when the offensive player is trying to inbound it, or the referee can issue a technical foul. Number 5. Players remaining inbound. Ball and ball handler must remain inbounds. During gameplay, the player with possession of the ball must stay within the designated bounds or inbounds lines marked on the court. If a player steps out of bounds or touches this line with their foot while holding the ball, the referee will award possession to the opposing team. Additionally, if a player shoots the ball while their foot is touching the line and the shot is successful, it will not count. Number 6. Interfering a shot on a downward trajectory. Defenders can't interfere with a shot on a downward trajectory. After the offensive player shoots the ball, it is illegal for a defensive player to interfere with it once it begins its descent towards the rim. This interference is called a goaltend and will result in an automatic field goal for the offense.
And the game is going to overtime. All right, let's see it again. Oh yeah, he went up through the basket. Oh, yeah.
Number 7. The steal and block. Defenders can legally block or steal the ball. The defending team's goal is to prevent the offensive team from scoring by either stealing the ball, blocking the ball from entering the basket, or using defensive tactics to prevent an offensive player from shooting and scoring. Number 8. 3-second violation. Defenders must leave the paint after 3 seconds. The area directly in front of the basket is sometimes referred to as the paint or inside the key. Offensive players may not camp out in this area waiting for the ball or an offensive rebound. Any individual player can spend a maximum of 3 seconds at a time in the space before they have to move. Once they step out of the paint, they can return. If the referee notices a player hovering in the paint for over 3 seconds, the team will receive a 3-second violation. Number 9. Fouling. Each team is allotted a certain number of fouls. The NBA allows each team a total of 5 fouls per quarter. Once a team surpasses this allotment, they go into the bonus, which means the officials will award the opposing team with free throws for every additional foul that a player commits in that quarter of play. In the NCAA, these fouls are known as 1-and-1 shots, which means that if a player makes the first free throw, they receive the second free throw. If they miss the first free throw, either team can rebound the errant shot and claim possession. After 10 team fouls, the opposing team gets the double bonus, which means they get to take 2 foul shots. There are different kinds of fouls: the personal foul, flagrant fouls, offensive fouls, and technical fouls. But I will not be elaborating this, for it is assigned to another group. Last but not the least, number 10. Substitutions in basketball. A substitution in basketball is when one player on the court is replaced by a player from the bench. Both teams' benches are located on the same sideline of the court. Players that are substituted into the game must be on the team's roster and the active list. There is no limit to the number of substitutions a team can make during a game. Players must be substituted during a dead ball, meaning that the play is stopped. When a player is fouled out or leaves the court for any reason, they must be replaced by a substitute. Each team must have 5 players on the court at all times.